I wish that, somebody told me early on that I wasn't alone as a man having breast cancer, that there were others of us out there. Um, Thankfully, my breast surgeon shared that she had three other patients that were males, um, because until I was diagnosed, I really had no clue that men could get breast cancer. I was diagnosed on a Friday afternoon, and I really didn't have anybody there to tell me anything. So I went online and I searched out information, and I called an organization which is now defunct called Why Me, and she kind of talked me in off the ledge, so to speak. Um, when I was first diagnosed, and it was 5 something in the afternoon, and there was nobody to talk to about it. And so one of the most useful thing that she told me was, towards the end of the conversation, was, what are you going to do the rest of the day? And I was like, what do you mean? And I was thinking in my head, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to cry because that's what I feel like doing. I've just been told I have cancer. And she said, well, no, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I don't know. What were your plans? I don't know. I said I was thinking about sitting on the back deck and just enjoying the warm day and the breeze. And I was thinking about maybe going to a movie later. And she told me that that's what I needed to do. I needed to carry on with my life, because really nothing much had changed from the previous 2 hours when I got the phone call that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So that was really valuable information. And then later on, I was looking for information. I had looked on the local Connecticut Komen for the Cure website for male breast cancer, and their search engine failed me. It said, no results. Did you mean mall breast cancer? And I'm like, really? So I sent them off a terse email, and so here it is on a Friday afternoon. I'm looking for male breast cancer, and you have nothing. And I find that very unusual and hard to believe. They reached out to me, apologized, explained that they were rehabbing their website and they'd have more information coming. And they said in the meantime that they had a couple that they knew near me in Fairfield, Bill Becker and his wife. And, if I'd like, they'd put me in touch with Lisa Becker, and perhaps Bill would talk to me. And that was my, lighthouse in the darkness, because Bill was a year ahead of me in treatment at the time. So he was able to tell me what to ask, or ask me, did they say this? Did they say that? Did they tell you about such and such, regarding treatment? Be sure you go for a dental appointment, get your cleaning now, and, all that kind of stuff. So, during, we became quick friends, and he was able to really guide me through, as I said, like a lighthouse in the darkness. And unfortunately, Bill passed away several years ago, 2014, I believe it was. And it was such a shame. It was so surreal for me to lose him. And, and still, I have these moments where I'll read something and say to myself, gee, I've got to call Bill and share this with him. And I'll quickly snap back and say, oh, yeah, I can't call Bill. And I was able to go visit him at his home when he was in hospice, and share my goodbye with him. And that was tough. That was really tough. And I didn't really realize it was goodbye until I turned around and walked out of the room. and then it kind of hit me. But you know, it's good to have someone that will be able to walk you through it. Um, you know, finding a nurse navigator at your cancer center, finding your oncology social worker, if you don't have anybody else to talk to, certainly would help. Um, we have the Male Breast Cancer Coalition now at malebreastcancercoalition.org, where Peggy Miller and her son Brett Miller, who was diagnosed with breast cancer at age 24, I believe, they've set up this foundation and this website, and they've connected, I don't even know what the count is at this point, hundreds of men whose stories are out there on the website. And you know, if I was diagnosed now, that would be one thing that I really would want them to tell me about.